My name is Danyel Arenas. I'm the CEO of Keychain and Kii, the first blockchain bank for emerging markets. What we're building at Kii is the first blockchain bank for emerging markets powered by its own layer 1 specifically designed for on-chain FX. And what that's going to allow us to do is provide all the traditional banking services, but based off of blockchain. And for the user, that's going to mean 95% less cost, 10 times faster transaction speed, and complete and total privacy. The biggest inefficiencies that we see with the global FX market is really the bureaucracy of the entire operation of being able to send an FX. First of all, you need permission to banks to even be able to send an international transfer. Then you have to negotiate with the FX desk on how much they're going to charge you. And then, depending on the situation, it's a completely intrusive relationship where they ask for a ton of documentation, a ton of data just to send it. And then once you do send it, you never know when it's going to arrive. It could be 2, 3, 4 business days, and there's no communication or any way to track it in between. You just kind of have to hold. Now, all of that is extremely prevalent, especially in emerging markets, where it's even worse. And what we've realized is through Kii and through blockchain, what we're able to do is completely solve for that. 1, through complete transparency and efficiency and speed. 2nd, complete cost efficiency, right? And 3, getting completely rid of all the bureaucracy around it and making it a seamless and simple process so that we can move capital internationally much faster, which ultimately leads to much faster growth within these emerging market regions. Right now is the perfect time to launch Kii, specifically when you consider the last 4 years that we've been building infrastructure, partnerships, community, right? And what's really happened is now with the passing of the Genius Act in the United States, what's it signaled to the global market is that the crypto market is here to stay, blockchain is here to stay. And what we've seen is a lot of governments and regions and entities that before were very aseptic to blockchain now are completely opening their doors and realizing that this technology is a great opportunity for a new economy and to really revolutionize banking. And what we've seen for emerging markets, it's that it's going to be able to unlock a lot of the value that's been trapped with these archaic banking systems, excessive bureaucracy, and excessive costs. Kii didn't start off as a blockchain. We started off first as an OTC desk, doing arbitrage between Bitcoin and USDT and the Colombian peso. We saw a good opportunity, and we saw that the market was attractive. We thought there was going to be a gold rush in the market, and there was going to be a lot of building, a lot of infrastructure, and a lot of players entering the market. And about a year in, we saw that really wasn't taking place. So we started inquiring locally on why that was happening, and they said they were waiting for big players to enter the market from the international markets. So we thought, okay. And then we went to international conferences, and we started talking to the bigger players and asked them when they were going to enter LATAM. And they started telling us that they were waiting for a strong regional player to emerge who they could partner with. And it's at that moment that we realized the opportunity that we had. And we decided that we would become that strong regional player. And that's how we began to build Kii and ultimately building our premier product, which is the blockchain bank, so that we could service the region and really usher in the new era of banking for emerging markets. The way I would describe Keychain is as a layer 1 chain specifically focused on-chain FX, tailored for the specific cost and speed needs of emerging markets, and the core engine of Kii, our blockchain bank. The traction that we've experienced with Kii has been absolutely phenomenal. Fortunately, we have over 330,000 users on testnet, over 90,000 stakers, over 2 million wallets open, and we also have over 3 million smart contracts deployed to the chain. Additional to that, we've raised over $26 million that will fund all our growth strategy for the next 4 years. We've made tremendous financial partnerships that we haven't announced yet, but we have a lot of large-scale funding through strategics that we will be announcing. We have a lot of strong partnerships that are also in the pipeline. Overall, we also have over 50 partnerships with major players in the blockchain space. And we're really excited for everything else that we're going to be discussing soon, especially our launch and going to TGE in the next few weeks. We often say that we're creating financial infrastructure, not just blockchain. And the reason is because we're using blockchain to create financial products and services that are completely optimized for the user and allow us to create real world use, real world value, and ultimately a business that creates real revenue so that we can create strong, sustainable growth over time. Emerging markets is our central focus because in emerging markets, blockchain isn't part of the tech sector, it's part of the financial sector. And the reason for that is because the archaic banking structure that exists today completely limits the growth of the region because it makes the movement of money extremely slow and extremely costly. Fortunately, through blockchain, what we've been able to do is create complete speed and cost efficiency so that we can unlock that value in emerging markets and allow emerging markets to develop into completely developed nations. And that's part of the vision of the company. The vision of the company has always been to create a seismic growth in the middle class in emerging markets. And through Kii, we're going to be able to achieve that. Kii produces revenue through the fees that it charges for its different products and services. And fortunately, because of our strong user base, what we've been able to do is we've been able to have very solid negotiations with different service providers and technologies that we've developed so we can optimize the cost for our users while still making healthy returns for the business, which allows us to create new technology and products and services that most benefit our users. The core benefit of our blockchain bank is our ability to do on-chain FX. And what that allows us to do is solve for cross-border payments, which is one of the biggest needs in emerging markets. So we're able to do it faster at a lower cost and completely transparent for the user. Along with that, there's a plethora of other services that we offer to our users, including crypto debit cards, crypto credit cards, crypto credit, staking programs, savings accounts, and US dollar-based accounts. And all of that we do in order to provide the best services in the market so that we can unlock the value that's been trapped through the archaic and slow banking processes that exist today in those same regions. The tokenomics is actually something I'm extremely proud of. It's something I designed personally and something that we really invested in. And it took a lot of persistence in order to achieve it, because what we decided to do from the very beginning is create a tokenomics that was extremely strong. It avoided any sort of rug pulls or massive sell-offs or anything like that that would ultimately hurt the longevity of the product and of the company. And what we did was we only worked and partnered with all individuals that were looking at this from a long-term perspective so that we could have longer holding periods, longer vesting periods, and ultimately create real value and growth in the market. So if you see our tokenomics, you're going to see that most projects sell anywhere between 20 to 40% in pre-sale to fund their projects. We did less than 10%. A lot of projects do 30 to 50% of their coin supply is for new growth. In our case, it's 70%. And when you see a lot of the founders, a lot of them have a 1 year holding period, year and a half holding period. Altogether, our holding period is 4 years. The reason we did that and the reason we stretched out the way we did between the holding period, the vesting, and the period for us to be able to get to our coins is because we wanted to signal to the market that we're really building something, we're really focused on this long term. This isn't just a business for us, it's really a lifelong plan. And with me and my co-founder, we're extremely happy to really put a strong focus and a foot forward in making sure that everybody we work with, including our funding partners, all had a long-term vision. And we've been able to achieve that. And that's one of the biggest differences I've seen between us and other projects is that a lot of them are focused on short-term accessibility to some sort of liquidation. And the other part is that they don't focus on actually creating real value and real revenue. In our case, those are our core fundamental strengths. real value use, and real revenue, along with strong tokenomics that allow us to really create value and growth in the coin, in the token, over a long period of time so that we can really create strong, sustainable growth ultimately for all our holders and all our stakers. For all of you finding out about Kii today, it's a great time to really look us up because we're ushering in the new era of banking. And we're doing that not just with the latest blockchain technology, but also the mentality behind the bank. And what I mean by that is we're focused on restructuring the relationship between users and their banks from the relationship that exists today, which is a relationship based off of profit maximization and risk mitigation for the bank, to a relationship based off of growth. And the reason we're doing that is because we're approaching this from a business mindset and entrepreneur mindset so that we can offer the best products and services for our users and ultimately grow together. So for all of you guys just now finding out about us, please join us and please join the new era of banking.